Namaste, everyone. I would like to share with you all how you can connect with your life purpose using astrology. And then I will give you a short meditation on connecting with your creative niche or creative edge. That is simple, subtle in the years of 5 to 9, but developed over time becomes craftsmanship, right? So from 5 to 9, we are very much connected to our life purpose, right? We have a creative edge and a creative niche. Now, for a lot of us, we know that the human condition creates obstacles, blockages, and adversity, right? Challenges to fully developing our creative edge or creative niche, right? In adult language, that is craftsmanship. And craftsmanship is high quality work, right? And high quality work is something that it's a development, right? It's a development, you developing, right? But in order to develop something, you have to have a foundation. You have to have a creative edge or creative niche in which to grow building blocks upon, right? So from 5 to 9, we are very much activated in our life purpose, right? Even though as children we cannot articulate our feelings, because as children we know that they are very emotional and very expressive in a way that's more so through the physical movement, right? They're more sensual in the way that they're very they articulate through the motion, right? Through the expression of the physical body. And they may not necessarily have an idea, right, like an adult, right, an idea of what it is that they would like to do, right, as in like a career or a job. But they definitely have the creative edge and the creative niche. And a part of the parent is to help facilitate the development of that gift for that child, right, through presenting activities, projects, endeavors, environments that best support the natural rhythm of that child expressed through the body movement when it comes to their creative edge and the creative niche, right? And the parent is to basically facilitate the whole sort of environment, like I said, the activities, the projects that can help them to refine it, right? So over years, right, of developing the creativity, that creative edge or that creative niche, over years it will become a trade, it will become a skill, it will become a talent, and even further years as an adult, right, like Alan Watts, it will become craftsmanship, right? And that's very much your life purpose is craftsmanship, and that can be in so many areas. There's so many areas of craftsmanship. There's intellectual craftsmanship, such as your ability to in intellectual fields. There's craftsmanship of the physical body, like theater or dance. There's craftsmanship of the emotions, right? Being very tapped in and expressive with your emotions, right? Being very gifted in healing, right? The healing arts. I mean, craftsmanship can become to making baskets, right? Really high quality baskets that reach a certain caliber of excellence where you can make prosperity off of it, right? Or it could be something like shoes, music, gardening, right? Whatever it is, right? It's something that you do. It could be so simple, so subtle, because that's the child. So simple, so subtle, but absolutely profound in the effects it has on you, mind, body, and spirit. So it can be very simple, very subtle. It's not some extravagant, large thing. The simplicity and the subtlety of it actually brings the largeness of your spirituality, the largeness of your personality, and the largeness of your character. And that gives you magnetism, that gives you courage, that gives you knowledge, and that gives you this sense of prosperity, right? This sense of this voltage, right? This higher voltage of being able to express yourself in a very direct, unique, and authentic way that is individualized, and yet the artistry of it is phenomenal, right? In the way that you have a creative edge that is you, and totally you, right? And that's what 5 to 9 is about. It's about you are in your creative edge, your creative niche. It's so simple, it's so subtle, it can go overlooked by parents who are not paying attention, who are not vigilant, right? But as an adult, that those sort of subtle, simple nuances about us actually is the key to unlocking the bigger personality, the bigger character, and the bigger aura, the bigger energy, the bigger creative force out of us. So that's about really how we uncover the life purpose. Because like I said, that human condition, you have that inner child from 5 to 9. The human condition will basically put a dome on top of your inner child, your 5 to 9-year-old self. So the human condition is made of shame, judgment, and feelings of not being good enough. So putting a dome on top of a child, it kind of it stifles the child. It stifles, right? It puts all these restrictions, all these limitations, all these sort of confinements, right, to the child's imagination, possibility, potential. And what happens, the child can be so stifled by the shame, the judgment, and feelings of not being good enough for a lot of us, right, that the creative edge is atrophied. It's underdeveloped in us as adults. And that's why the subtlety and the simplicity of us is, for a lot of adults, they can't access it, and therefore they can't trust their intuition. And that's a big dilemma for adults. They don't trust their intuition. You cannot make decisions without a sort of intuition, right? You can't be creative without intuition. Right? So that's the great dilemma for a lot of adults, is they don't have intuition, and therefore they don't have confidence, they don't have perseverance, they don't have foresight, and they don't have the knowledge to be able to resolve the challenges of their life, right? So the subtle and simple energy of us actually is the gateway to our intuition as an adult. So when we put a dome on top of the 5 to 9-year-old self, we put all these barricades, restrictions, all of this human condition. If the child, the 5 to 9-year-old self, doesn't have a tool to maintain their self-esteem, when that self-esteem drops, the human condition overrides the possibility and potential of the child, meaning the human condition of shame, judgment, and feelings of not being good enough consumes the young adult, overrides the natural rhythm, the possibility, the potential, the infinity of the child, right? And so a part of the journey of retrieving your inner child, or part of the journey of connecting with your creative edge, creative niche from your 5 to 9-year-old self, is about building up your self-esteem. Because a part of why these children find it so difficult to maintain this perspective of possibility, potential, infinity, right, of optimism, positivity, when they get, past 9 years old, is because the self-esteem is greatly belittled, right, or defeated, right, or deconstructed in the household in any way, or the caretakers, the teachers. Right? So what happens is, when the self-esteem drops, the child doesn't have the immunity to actually fight off the little bacterias that is belittlement, shame, ridicule, blaming, negativity, whatever it is that's thrown at them in school, from the parent, whatever, society, whatever it is. They don't have the immunity spiritually, psychically, emotionally, to be able to really fight that off, right? So we see a lot of kids with low self-esteem, they're just consumed. The whole system of the human condition just overrides them to the point where they're 17, 18, 19, and they're in fear to be themselves. They're hiding, they have all this shame, they have all this trauma, right, for being blamed and ridiculed and all that stuff. So really we want to go to the younger years, and we really want to build up the self-esteem again. In the life that we are now, right? In how we build up our self-esteem as an adult is we really start to integrate the subtlety and simplicity of our 5 to 9-year-old self in the adult's body, meaning really start to work on the creative edge, the creative niche, right? It can be so basic, but just starting to introduce that back into our life, that groove, that rhythm, right? That childlike rhythm. And being very courageous and fearless and bold with that will eventually help us to build back our self-esteem as an adult. And once we have a self-esteem, we get a strong immunity to the human condition, and therefore we're not so feeling attacked, brought down, you could say destroyed by the human condition, which is the crises that always is, and we can't escape the human condition. It's a part of our training, it's a part of our life lesson, and it's a part of our mastery as human beings. So the self-esteem is the tool to really having the immunity to really defend, right, to defeat these kinds of human condition, shame, judgment, feelings of not being good enough, right, that will attack. Like bacteria will attack, it will molest, it will fester, it will consume, it will spread into the subconscious, and then it will be very hard to get out. Once we really calcify and get very hard, gets hard in our subconscious, it's very hard to get it out. So self-esteem is like the fire in us that really is burning through the sort of frozen rock in us, right? That's come from a belief that's gotten so frozen in us that we're frozen in it. We're frozen in a memory, we're frozen in time. The trauma of it is like ice, put really ice on your skin, it will rip your skin, it will tear your skin, right? It's not good to be laying on ice naked, because you'll stick to it, it will just tear your skin up, right? So with life purpose, I see it as, in astrology, I go to two things, in the North Node and the Midheaven. North Node is your destined outcome in this life. It's about your North Star, it's about your mastery in this life, right? What you're potentiated forward by the North Node, right? It is the key to unlocking higher levels of self, higher levels of self-expression, higher levels of self-knowledge. Midheaven is your role to play for community, right? It's about your artistry in the eyes of your family, friends, and society. So midheaven is your artistry to give and to share, to express, and to develop for the community. And it becomes your wealth, right? Lineage of you, right? In the eyes of your people, it's a lineage of you, your artistry. And North Node is your destined outcome. It's the self-knowledge of a higher level of you, right? Going into higher levels of your self-expression, right? From past lives to this life to future lives, growing in a higher vibrations of potentiating yourself into a nuance, a new pattern, a new self, and a new knowledge of self, right? So for myself, I have my North Node in Scorpio, and I have my Midheaven in Pisces. So looking at these two together, right? North Node, Scorpio, Midheaven, Pisces, this whole sort of life purpose for me is very much about the realm of emotions, as you know, the realm of emotions, but it's also about learning how to articulate the emotions, how to express the emotions, how to feel empowered by emotions, right? And how to become a great alchemist over emotions, right? And to create you could say, create an artistry, or create a sort of even a sort of psychology or philosophy regarding even a method regarding how we can bring alchemy to emotions and use them to help us manifest clarity, right? Healing and relationship ease, or relationship worth, right? Higher worth. And that's all that I can see just looking at those two placements. I get all of this download just by looking at the North Node and looking at the midheaven. Just that North Node Scorpio, the destined outcome for me is to be like a self-psychology, right? To have an understanding of the deeper layers of self with the subconscious self, right? And how we can alchemize these darker energies, shadows in the subconscious that create, basically, North Node Scorpio is about being a master over the human condition, which is shame, judgment, and feelings not being good enough, right? Very shamanistic, right? In the way that you are empowered by the human condition, right? You are in power in the realm of emotions, right? And then midheaven Pisces is about being a deep feeler and a deep thinker in the eyes of the community through the multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multi-talented wholeness of a being, right? So Pisces midheaven is really about representing a whole being who's multi-dimensional, multifaceted, multi-talented, right? So Pisces midheaven is a whole, representing the whole being to the people, right? And teaching how to embrace the fullness of the being, right? The many emotional layers to us, right? The many incarnations and the sense of feeling content with your infinity, right? Your many facets, personalities, and then many chambers of you. So you can look at your North Node and your midheaven, and again, mine is pretty focused on emotional realm, right? On alchemizing through emotions, right? Using emotions to uncover hidden secrets, and using emotions to connect with the infinity of me and multiple incarnations and futures, past lives, right? And that is very esoteric for me, because the whole placement of that is set up for me to really tap into that deep sort of esoteric mystery and magic and secret of emotions, and tap into the mystery magic of you can say higher levels of imagination. That is Pisces. So that yours is going to be different, but as you can see, this is like an onion that just keep raveling. I could just keep unraveling and unraveling and unraveling. I could be talking for hours about this and just keep going deep, right? So that's what I focus on primary for life purpose, is North Node in the midheaven, because it's very, very magnetized in you, the North Node and the midheaven. I find them to be have the strongest magnetic pull in the psyche of you, right? Which is about the rewriting of your karma and your dharma. The psyche is about rewriting the karma and the dharma of you. And the midheaven and North Node have the strongest magnetic pull, like the moon, magnetic pull on the psyche, the karma and the dharma. Which karma is about the ancestors, the past lives, your parents, your childhood, your life lessons, your hardships, your challenges, your weaknesses. It can even represent your good fortune, your good luck, right? Your strong, you earned and you deserved through your work ethic and your strength, personal power. And Dharma represents your offering to the earth, right? Your craftsmanship, your talent, your spirituality, your authentic self, right? Your service, right? Your knowledge, your prosperity. So now, I just want us to close our eyes and just relax and receive this short meditation on life purpose. So drop into the body through closing your eyes, listening to my voice. Allow my voice to be a guide. Surrender to my voice. Know that my voice is trustworthy, as I am connected to the angels, the archangels, the spirit guides, and the ancestors. My intention is pure. My intention is clear. My intention is to bring you to your inner child, the version of you that is 5 to 9, so that you may connect with your creative edge, your creative niche, your most authentic self, the spirituality that is your knowledge. So just drop into the body and allow the human condition to melt away off your shoulders, off your hips, off your spine. Just feel the divine is melting away the human condition, right? The layers of shame, judgment, and feelings of not being good enough. And in your mind's eye, project your awareness to a memory within the 5 to 9-year-old self, a memory of you at ease, in contentment, and a sense of completion within your expression, where you are fully activated in your creative edge, your creative niche. And you may sense around you people, places, and things that may be disruptive, chaotic, dysfunctional, that may be very destructive for your inner child and this creativity of you. And just allow yourself to mentally affirm clear to all of the restrictions, limitations that have you resistant to uncovering your inner child. Affirm clear to any of the mental, emotional, physical, psychological, subconscious restrictions and denial that has you unaware and has you in a state of being separate from your inner child and separate from your creativity. Just affirm clear to everything that comes up, everything, and put awareness, whatever comes up, recognize that, remember that, and put that into your practice of demagnetizing the strong magnetic pulls in the childhood from father, mother, caretakers, environment, school, that have a strong magnetic pull on you in a way that causes you to hold back, to deny, to belittle, to sabotage, and to neglect your creativity. Go ahead and demagnetize that. Demagnetize by affirming clear, which states to your psyche, your subconscious, that you are available and willing to learn the lesson, so that you're no longer resistant, in denial, or stubborn to opening up the lesson. You're giving yourself the personal power to learn the lesson so that you can grow and move on from memories that are magnetizing a pattern of holding back, of sabotaging, of delaying, and of neglecting your creativity, just go ahead and demagnetize that parental influence that may come up. Okay. Now connect, focus on you, being you, without the influence of the human condition, without the father, mother, childhood, ancestral sort of imprint. See yourself as a sovereign child that's not yet imprinted by the human condition. And see any marks, scars, traumas, wounds, imprints you have, affirm clear to your soul, to your physical body, to your emotions, your psychomagnetic energy, to allow yourself to decompress that energy and release and shake off that energy. Allow yourself to decompress whatever tension that has built up inside of you from a childhood memory that has you holding back from your creativity. Just affirm clear to everything that creates some sort of dilemma in your ability to connect with the memory of your most authentic, creative energy. See the sovereignty. In which you see the sovereignty of you, see the inner child, the 5 to 9-year-old self. See the inner child. See what he or she is doing, how they express, how they move, their personality, their character, what they're drawn to, what they like. And reclaim the subtlety and simplicity now. State, affirm in the mind's eye, I reclaim my sovereignty. I reclaim my subtlety and simplicity. I understand subtlety and simplicity is the pathway to my inner child. I understand subtlety and simplicity is intuition. I understand subtlety and simplicity is my sensitivity that's able to connect with possibility, potential, and my infinity. And just reclaim this subtle, simple power of sensitivity that is able to connect with higher energies, able to connect with the earth, to retrieve ideas, innovations, and inventions that are quite phenomenal, extraordinary, and highly imaginative. And affirm now with me in your mind's eye. I affirm clear. I am creative. I am highly creative. I affirm clear. I restore imagination. I am highly imaginative. Affirm clear. I shake off me the human condition that is shame, emotional pain / judgment, and feelings of not being good enough. I affirm clear. I shake off the lack mentality, poverty consciousness, and low intelligence. I affirm clear. I reclaim my personal power of the self-esteem. Just feel what that has shifted inside you. You feel you're a little bit more of yourself. You're less upset by the memories, the human condition, the judgment, the shame, and you feel more magnetized in a futuristic excellence that is being at the right place at the right time, knowing that your imagination, your intuition may be ahead of the trend, but if you follow through, you will be highly successful in the future to come, because you have intuitively, creatively, imaginatively, energetically built your future from the perspective of personal power and your ability to trust, honor, and serve your intelligence, which is about knowledge, discovery, and a willingness to uncover the mystery and secrets within the deeper layers of you. So what you can do now is open your eyes, look around you and feel the adjustment of you. And what I like to do after a sort of meditation is I like to shake it out through the system for a couple of minutes, just shaking it out and liberating yourself through the shaking of the body. Really just shaking off the frozen ice, the hardness, the stoic, stubborn, resistant memory of the dad and the mom and the childhood and the friends at school and the belittlement. Just like, it's like F it, like just shake it off and really come into this sort of sovereignty of the creative flow that's very connected to the subtlety and simplicity of your ability to connect with energies that are higher frequency that many people can't tap into because they don't have the inner ear of that inner child, right? The sensitivity of that inner child to really connect with imagination that is of a highest caliber on this planet. So just come seated on the bottom and just feel the body, feel the blood, the heart, the power, the heart surging through your blood, healing, removing the junk, the plaque in your psyche that's causing delays in your ability to reclaim your creativity and higher imagination. So in this prayer, this final prayer I give to you all, just to allow yourself to chant with me very quickly, very, very fast, as you reclaim this sort of 5 to 9-year-old self-esteem, right? High self-esteem, personal power, courage, and a sense of resilience and stamina. Okay. Rama da sa sa se so hung, 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 Rama da sa sa se so hung. So ONG, and visualize the energy leaving out the crown chakra, the lower vibrations exiting through the crown chakra. Soham, Ramadasa Sase 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 Soham, Om. Together, press it into your heart, chanting Ong O-N-G, Namo, Gurudev Namo, very slowly, very reverently. Ong Om And then last thing, pump the navel. Hudda, 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 hudda. Press the tongue on the roof of the mouth. Hudda, 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 hudda. Hudda, 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 hudda. Now scream. Hudda, 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 hari, 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 hudda, hari. Inhale, exhale, and there you go. That was a 14-minute meditation for you coming into the excellence of your creativity and getting the courage, the personal power to clear away the inner sabotage and the human condition that will grip you by the throat, grip you by the gut, grip you by the heart, and hold you down like a slave until you get your self-esteem to say, no, I'm not a slave to this poverty consciousness, this lack mentality. I am a liberator. I am a manifester. I create my reality. Let me get that sort of frequency of that in me so that it's my primary nature. And it's primary nature and secondary nature for me to be making creative choices that are going to help me be more in a mastery, a sense of I want to discover solution. So thank you for joining me on this journey, and may you use this tool to help you so that you can start to help me, help you, and help everyone. So thank you, and have a beautiful day.